Hi there, Stitchers. For today's video, we're actually going to be using the Force. We're going to be focusing on our Yoda One for Me pattern. If you've watched our other videos, you should already have your fabric on your hoop, and you should have already marked the center of your fabric at least. And then the next step we're going to be doing is we find the center of our pattern. You look for the arrow at the top, the arrow at the left, find where they meet, and I like to just mark it with a nice little black dot. And when we look at our little color chart, it shows that this is sort of like the tan brown color. So we go up to the legend up here, and it shows that that is 738. So then you just take a little length off of your bobbin, or you might have had a little card that has all the numbers on it. And this part is the important part. If you don't do this part right, you're going to run out of floss. Each piece has 6 strands of floss on it, and you only use 2 at a time. I already have my 2 separated out on the needle, but just to show you what it looks like. Now you can separate one and then separate another and put them together. I usually just pull 2 at a time. So you just pull the 2 out, and then you just kind of want to smooth it down so it helps it not get so tangled as you're going along. So this is what your thread should look like, and you don't double it over. What you're going to do is leave a little bit of a tail, and then I double knot at the end. When you get a little bit better, you can try not knotting and just stitching over the back side to keep it taut, but I just like to knot it. Seems faster for me. So now we're ready to get started stitching. So we look where our center is, and we see how many spaces we need to go from our center over for this one color. So we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we know if we start at the center, we can do 10 of these stitches. And it doesn't really matter which side that you go up or down, as long as you just keep it consistent. Now you can do this one of 2 ways. You can go up one corner, down the next corner, and then make the full stitch right then, so that we have one stitch. Or you can do, and sometimes when I'm counting, I like to do it this way a little bit better. We know that we have 1, so then we go, this is 2, 3, 4, and then if we were at the end and we were going to be going back, then we would just go back over our stitches the other way to make our full X. So then, to get you started on the pattern, you just continue along. You do your 10 stitches, and then you go up here and you move over. You would do 4 stitches up here. When you run out of this color, you can go back and keep counting and doing all of that color, or you can move on to another color if you'd like. Some people find that it's easier for them if they go through and then they say, oh, I got those 10 stitches done. So they take a highlighter or a pencil and then they mark through those stitches. So that way you can keep track kind of where you're at a little bit easier when you're using this blank canvas area. Thanks so much for tuning in. Message us on Etsy if you have any questions, and happy stitching.